In today's rapidly evolving sports media landscape, identifying high growth, high engagement opportunities is critical. Surfing, paddle, athletics, Formula One and women's rugby represent 5 of the most strategically valuable sports for content creation, digital storytelling and audience development. Each is backed by global momentum, emerging talent and growing communities underserved by mainstream coverage, making them ideal for creators and media professionals looking to build relevance and reach. In this video, we break down the 5 sports that I believe should be on your radar for content creation. Let's go! So number 1, we have surfing. Surfing isn't just a sport, it's a culture, a lifestyle, and now an Olympic event. Since its Olympic debut in 2021, surfing has gone completely global. The visuals are just stunning and the athletes are just pure magic. I fell in love with surfing during the Olympics because it was the last sport to be on because it was in Tahiti, and so it was on at midnight, and I just thought it was just a great sport to watch just before you go to sleep because it was relaxing but it was also competitive, and I just really liked it, and I got all my family involved with watching surfing. Even though they thought it was boring, I tried to make them like it. The virality of surfing is huge. People want to see surfers catching waves and scoring perfect 10s. Surfing also captures human stories that go far beyond the waves. I mean, just look at Surf Girls on Prime Video, where they balanced identity, ambition and tradition while capturing a new generation of fans. I mean, you'd be silly not to get involved in surfing in some way. Now, the next one that I have is paddle. And if you don't know what paddle is, it is squash and tennis put together, so it's great for socializing. Paddle is exploding, especially across Europe, the Middle East and Latin America. It's accessible, fast and seriously addictive to watch. You know, major athletes like Messi and Beckham are investing in paddle clubs, giving the sport an elite appeal. Now, if you get involved in paddle now, then you have a really big opportunity to shape how the world sees paddle. The media coverage is really limited, so that creates a gap and an ideal entry point for anyone that's just started out in media. It gives new media personnel opportunities to establish themselves early and start creating connections with athletes that can open doors and also be transferable to other sports. Paddle rallies are quick, they're fast, so it's perfect for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. It's definitely a great sport to get involved now before it explodes to new heights. Athletics is the purest expression of human potential. From explosive sprints to endurance marathons, every event showcases what the body and mind can achieve at their absolute limits. But beyond the thrill of competition, athletics offers an unparalleled depth of storytelling. Stories of perseverance, overcoming injury, mental toughness, and personal triumph that resonate universally. For media creators, athletics is a rich playground. It's got a global reach, especially during the Olympics and the championships. It guarantees a massive audience. But beyond the major competitions, there is an interest in the athletes' personal lives, and some of them are a bit crazy, so they're very fun to report on. And with athletics, it's very easy to also support the para-athletics and start reporting on that as well. There's endless opportunities with athletics, and there's so many sports, it gives you such a wide range of people to report on. Athletics intersect important global conversations and equality, racial justice, doping, ethics and inclusivity, offering creators to create meaningful and socially conscious content that goes far beyond the track. The sport is constantly evolving. New stars are constantly entering the sport, as well as legends like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce leaving the sport. I personally love watching athletics. I think all the athletes are superheroes, and I've no idea why you'd want to run 10k willingly. Every year I watch the championship, or whenever it's on. I don't think it's every year. And my favourite part of the Olympics is purely the athletics, and I'm so glad that for LA 28, athletics will be going before swimming. But let's move on to everyone's favourite drivers. Formula One has had one of the biggest media glow-ups in recent years. Thanks to Netflix Drive to Survive series, suddenly everyone cares about tyre strategies and who's feuding with whom. For content creators, this storytelling on steroids, drama, speed, politics, fashion and tech. From fan theories to lifestyle content, there's no shortage of media. Plus, F1 teams are starting to fully embrace content creators, which can only help you in the long run. With F1, you can explore intense rivalries and politics between the drivers, between their teams, and also show their glamorous lifestyles, because everyone wants to see that. As the races every month, there's always something new to report on. There's always something being said that a driver says about another driver, a post that you can make into a story. I believe this is the perfect time to get involved in Formula One, as there's so much hype around the drivers, there's so much love for the drivers, that people are ready to consume this sport to the fullest. And who doesn't want to see Lando Norris win a race? Moving on to our last sport, unfortunately, so sad about that. I might just cry in the corner. But it is women's rugby. Yay! Women's rugby is one of the fastest growing and most dynamic sports globally, with rising viewership, increasing investment, and expanding grassroots participation. But despite this momentum, it remains significantly underserved in media coverage, creating a huge opportunity for creators to tell authentic, powerful stories that mainstream outlets often overlook. Women's rugby athletes have already started the momentum of creating content themselves, which is truly authentic, talking about body image, equality.
They said nobody cared about women's rugby, but guess what? We out here. We out here, fam. We going nowhere.
Now is the time to get involved before the Olympics begin, because rugby is going to shoot off. All it takes is creating an Instagram account, building up those connections, and staying consistent. That is the key. If you're not consistent in this business, you're not going to go anywhere. So that's all I have for today, guys. If you got this far, please give it a like. Bye.